I just want to live a soft life. I'm tired of working 16-hour days just to pay the bills. And if you're watching this, then you're probably tired too. So what can we do to become financially free? Or at least replace our monthly income to become financially independent? In this video, I'll be walking you through the strategies and systems I'm going to be implementing in the next couple of months to reach my milestone. And if this is something you also like to learn, keep on watching. First of all, if you're new here, then I should probably introduce myself. My name is Lize. I'm a multidisciplinary artist based in London. In 2014, I started a blog after university, and then I went on to publish my first novel in 2020. On the other hand, I started growing my boudoir photography business, and it grew into a multiple six-figure business. And then last year, I purchased my first property. And so while these are like amazing milestones, I'm also like constantly grinding to make this happen. And I've had like a traumatic life event happen the last 6 months. And I'm just tired. I'm tired of constantly working. I'm tired of constantly grinding. And I'm just tired, and I know this is not sustainable. And so I've been trying to figure out ways to actually slow down the hustle and still be able to take care of myself. We live in an amazing world right now where we can, grow online businesses and do so many amazing things and investments that can enable us to, live a more sustainable life, a life where you can just rest, you can be, you can work, you can play. So it's not an idea for me to just not work, but is something sustainable, and what I'm doing right now is not sustainable. And so in the last couple of months, I've been speaking to financial advisors and getting specialist knowledge just to make sure the next coming years will be something where I'm building the actual systems that would enable me to work in the work doing what I love, but also have the time to rest and just be. And so if you'd like to learn these things or just hear about them, that's what I'll be sharing with you in this video. I have a 10 episode series about buying my first property. If you haven't watched it yet, I'll link it up above so you can get to understand my journey. So once I had bought my property, which was like my goal for the longest time, I sort of was asking myself, what next? Because for me, securing that first residential property meant like I was sort of keeping myself safe in the here and now, in the present. But what can I do to start to ensure my future and retirement, is as good as it can be? And so of course I decided to go to a financial advisor. Now if you watch all these sort of educational videos, you hear lots of successful people saying the number one investment you can make is in yourself, and that's so true. Paying for the right specialist knowledge is so important, and for me it was a no-brainer. I wanted someone who had the experience and the knowledge to guide me in the right way. So the next coming months, I sort of, make sure I'm investing in the right things and I'm implementing the right strategies to get me to my goal. So anyway, I booked in with the financial advisor, which came recommended from my accountant. And we had the consultation, and, in the consultation and even leading up to it, he wanted to understand, where am I now and where do I want to go? What are my goals? What are like my dreams, and what things do I want to accomplish? And so I had a priority list. So for me, my priority list is like to become financially free in the next 5 years. Another thing on my top priority list is to be bicontinental. I'm just tired of winters in the UK, and I suffer from really bad hay fever. So this time of the year as well, I'm like waking up with swollen eyes, red eyes, really sore. It's just gone down. This eye, the last 3 days has been crazy. It's just gone down yesterday, but I suffer really badly. I'm just like, I'm tired. We live like in a global system now where travel and things like that is easy. I can work from my laptop. I don't have to be in the UK all the time. Plus, I'm always working from home, and with what has happened in my life in the last couple of months, I've just realized I can't keep on the way I'm going. I need a change. And so for me, I want to like structure my life and structure my business in a way where that I don't always have to be in the UK. I can go out there and just live, see the world, and just interact with and connect with more people. So that's really important to me. Also importantly, I want to in order to facilitate being outside of the UK, it means my income is not only going to come from photography anymore. I'm also going to start to build structures and systems where I can work from anywhere in the world. So for me, that sort of looks like, having digital courses or digital products, or, doing YouTube from anywhere in the world. So those are like some of the priority things I put on the list. Also building an investment portfolio. And so I know that, trying to become a millionaire in the next 2 years is going to be tough and would have lots of challenges. But I also don't just want to stick to look, at that goal only and not sort of be in the present. And so in order to enjoy the here and now, I also told my financial advisor that I wanted to travel, at least 2 times a year. If it's 3 times a year, amazing. And so that also was in the list, like, I wrote down for him. And then the next step was like to start to like understand, my goals, and then advise me on the strategy and the best way to make it happen. And so by the end of my consultation with the financial advisor, he created a roadmap for me to accomplish these goals. And this included 4 actions. And so he initially had asked me, in order to become financially independent, like what's my lifestyle and how much would I actually need to make that happen? And this is very important to know that number, to know that figure. So you can then work backwards and start to implement and do things that will enable you to start passively, attaining that figure. And so you can then dial back on like your constant grinding. And so with the figure I had told him, the first thing was like to open a stocks and shares account, to start investing. And he sort of told me to the amounts to do monthly. The second thing was to open up a new pension pot, which my company will be paying into, as well as myself, and to also consolidate all my other pension pots. So, over the last decade or two, not 2 decades, I'm not that old. The last decade and a bit, I've been working in different companies and I have different pension accounts. And so it's like combine them all in one, where my company will be paying into that, as well as myself from my salary. The third thing was to invest in property. And now investing in property is something I'm keen on. It's something that I've always known I wanted to do. And so he had advised since I'm poor with time, so he had advised I just start saving for the next 24 months, 18 to 24 months. He set a target of the type of property for me to buy. And so we also then calculated how much I would need in deposit, in stamp duty, in cost of refurbishment and all of that, in order to get my first investment property. And that way I can also start to get passive income when I rent that property. So that was the third thing. And then the fourth thing was to save a small amount monthly that will go to my travel fund. Like I said, although I know the next couple of years I'm going to be grinding hard, I also have to leave now, because literally no one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Our next moment is not given. And so I don't just only want to work on becoming a millionaire for the future, I also want to make sure I'm enjoying the here and now. And then finally, we also talked about creating a will and trust. This is very important. I cannot, say this well enough. I've experienced it myself in the last couple of months, when my mom just died suddenly. It's been like a really difficult time, and while you're trying to process all of this, there's all the other part of trying to sort out her estate, and not having a will has just been the most annoying thing. And because you have to sort of jump through hoops to prove you're the next of kin. Some institutions just accept it once you say that and show your identity. Some are wanting you to do all this genealogy stuff, and I'm just like, my goodness, it's just a lot. And it's not just, I know in the Black community we don't talk about wills enough. There's all this superstition and things around it, because people feel like, oh, I don't want to talk about death. But the thing is, it's not just difficult for you, but it's actually going to be difficult for the people you leave behind, because when you're gone, they're the ones that will have to sort out your affairs, deal with your estate. And not having a will is just making that whole process more difficult for them, while they are trying to process the emotions and the grief they're going through. And so if you don't have a will, definitely get one. Even if you don't have any assets yet, like property or anything or a business, if you have money in the bank, you have a savings account, I think there's a cap, maybe 2,000. If you have maybe less than 2,000 or maybe 5,000, I'm not so sure of the figure, check it out, but it's like a small amount. If you have less than that, the banks will just close the account and give it to your next of kin to sort out your affairs. But if you have more than that, then they have to, like, go and apply for probate. It takes long. It's just a lengthy process. I don't want to talk about this too much. Or maybe I'll even create a video actually, because there's just so much we don't talk about, we don't learn until you're in that position where you lose a loved one, and all of a sudden it's like all these things are coming at you and you don't even know how to deal with it. But having a will and having your wishes laid out and having, like, all the things you own somewhere where people can sort of just take care of stuff as best as they can while processing all of this is good. So anyway, I talked about that with my financial advisor. He recommended someone to go to seek for, to write a will, a trust for me, because I don't have like much assets yet and stuff like that. It was like a trust, not yet, but in the future, once I start to, like, build my portfolio, buy more investment properties, then it's something I definitely would want to do. And so this is just me sharing all of these insights I've been gathering in the last couple of months. So a couple of weeks after my consultation with the financial advisor, I was just thinking of, like, how crazy it is. It's gonna take me, another 18 months, almost 2 years to save enough money in order to buy an investment property. And I'm just like, I'm tired right now. I need to find a way to make passive income right now. I cannot wait that long in order to buy an investment property. And then when I started talking to other people and doing more research, even on, like, buying a buy to let, I realized that the profit from a buy to let is not even that much. On average, people tend to make about £500 from their buy to let, and I'm like, okay, £500 a month, that's not going to cover my bills. So how do I become financially independent as soon as possible? Financial freedom, I'm fine with that being a couple of years longer, but I want to be financially independent as soon as possible so that I'm not constantly grinding just to pay the bills. And and I was just thinking about all of these things, because also realizing it took me 4 years to be able to save to buy my current property where I live. And I'm just like, I cannot wait that long. And if you've not watched that video, I'm going to leave a link above, explaining how I was able to save for 4 years. Amazing milestone, but I'm like, I'm tired right now. I've just not even had the time to, I've not just had the resources to be able to grieve. I lost my mom. It's been difficult, but I've just had to continue working and I'm tired of it. So anyway, the algorithm gods who hear everything started showing me videos on, like, you don't have to wait to be in the property industry. You don't have to, like, wait for years or wait. And if you don't have money, there's things you can do. There's different ways you can get into the industry. I'll get ads about this in between other videos I'm watching. So I tend to watch educational videos. And, I don't have a tissue, shoot. I tend to watch educational videos and property videos anyway. So those sort of ads were coming to me. And I've seen a particular educator's videos, and every time his videos come up, it makes sense. And then this thing came up about how you can, do deal sourcing, how you can do rent to rent, and just so how you can do lease options, just so many strategies he was talking about to get into the property industry, to start getting that cash flow in as quickly as possible so you can then go and buy a property. It doesn't have to take you a year, 2 years in order to start earning money. And I was like, okay, this makes sense, because I definitely cannot keep grinding the way I am for another 2 years just to be able to buy a buy to let that is not even going to, like, pay my monthly bills. 500 is just not going to cover it. I have a mortgage, I have utility bills, I have to feed, I have to travel. And so before I even get, let's say, four buy-to-lets that would sort of cover my basic needs. That would be like how many years time? It's crazy. And so I started digging deeper, started researching more into like, these sort of strategies this person was talking about. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm definitely going to educate myself and make sure I have the right knowledge, the right tools. I started watching lots of testimonials, people talking about how, they changed, their careers, their life in just a couple of months by implementing some of these strategies. And I'm just like, this is it. This is it, guys. This is it. I'm going to create a blueprint. I'm going to create a plan for myself where I can start to implement some of these things to get in the property industry, get that cash flow, and start, working on my journey to becoming a millionaire in 2 years. So yes, I'm currently on a property course where I'm getting lots of like, the knowledge to make sure I know how to be compliant, know all the like things I need to know in order to like, be successful in this industry. I also have mentorship, one-on-one calls, 4 calls a day, networking events, just for the inner circle. And so I'm so stoked. I'm so excited to be on this journey. I'm intentionally not mentioning the name or anything like that, just because I don't like to talk about something when I haven't gone through it and see it works and can vouch for it, because I definitely don't want to be misleading anyone. I'm making my investment with my own knowledge, and until I'm sort of comfortable in what I've done, then I'll be fine and open to share the name. If you know me personally and you want to find out, feel free to DM me, text me, WhatsApp me, whatever. But just for the general public, it's not something I want to mention the name right now. But anyway, I'm on this property course, and in the next couple of months, I'm looking to like start, doing some deals, building my network of other investors. I'm really excited about that, to be in a room full of people who have the same mindset, want to achieve similar goals. Anyway, the second thing that is going to enable me to become financially free is to build an online business. And so I've been a photographer for the last 7 years. I've been able to grow my photography business to multiple 6 figures. So I have this knowledge, I know the systems and things to implement. And so I'm going to be creating several digital products, which will also help other photographers coming in, or those who are in the industry right now and are struggling. And so if you'd like to learn more about that, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram so that when I launch it, you'll also be aware. Also, if you'd like a consultation with me, I already have the link in the description, whether you want 1 hour or 2 hours, one-to-one mentorship or one-to-one help with your photography business or journey, feel free to book a consultation with me. So that's one of the that's the second way I'll be able to create income for myself, creating digital products, doing workshops. I used to do workshops before the pandemic. I haven't gone back to it, but I plan to go back to it towards the end of the year or next year. And growing this YouTube channel as well, where I'm sharing all my experiences, sharing my knowledge, and hopefully with time I can start to do collaborations, partnerships, which will start to earn me income as well. So that's the second strategy for me to get my revenue. The third is that I'm also now including another service to my photography business. So for the last almost coming to 6 years now, I've just been a specialist in boudoir photography, but I'm adding elopements and destination weddings to my services in the coming months. I've been building my portfolio. I've been filming behind the scenes of that as well. If you're a photographer, you're in luck. I'm going to be sharing all of that with you so that you can see how I'm navigating, I'm constantly growing, constantly pivoting, changing, adding things, and such is the way of life. So for me, these elopements and destination weddings means I have more clients, more people, a different segment of people interested in my services, but also in sync with the lifestyle I want. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, I want to travel more, I want to see the world. I don't want to just be cooped in my home every day. And so doing elopements and destination weddings is sort of killing, 2 birds with 1 stone. I get to do what I love, earn an income from it, but I'm also traveling and seeing the world. So yeah, so there you have it. These are the sources of income and the strategies I'm going to be implementing in the next 24 months to enable me to become financially free. So over to you. If becoming financially free is also important to you, then you have to start taking your goals seriously. You have to start, implementing strategies that put actions to your goals and put actions to your dreams. So like you're not just dreaming and thinking about it, but you're actually taking the steps to enable you to get there. And I mean, if you found this video helpful or at least inspiring, then you should definitely check out this one where I talk about how to develop a millionaire mindset, how to improve your mindset and make sure you're working towards your dream life. But anyway, that's it for this video. Click the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, click the like button, share this video with someone you know would appreciate it and someone who you can inspire as well. And remember, you don't have to be a struggling artist. Bye.